Good morning, Kirsten. Dawn, could you speak to uncontaminable? I was thinking of that recently since I last saw you. Okay, that's a very good question. So, you listen to me. There's a awareness behind this listening. Same of this side, I'm speaking, but there's awareness behind this speaking. So this interaction of speaking and listening is happened in a, let's say space or field. And this field or space is uncontaminated. No matter what we say, no matter what I say or what you understand, this field, this pure awareness is uncontaminated and incontaminable. Sorry, let's make a little bit correction of your word. Uncontaminated. It's always pure. Absolutely pure. No matter what I'm saying or what are you understanding, no matter what other brains are working on, different stuffs too. This pure awareness is always pure, uncontaminated. That's called absolute, the ultimate, subjective to nothing, because it's the source of every creation. You can feel it right now, actually. It's right in everybody's heart. It's everywhere and everywhen, no matter what space, what time you're in. No matter it's 200 years ago or 2,000 years ago, even, 2 million years ago, it is subjective to, it's not subjective to time. It's timeless. And vice versa, the future is always there. Actually, the past and future is our mental concepts. It's always now, the eternal now. As Miss Zhang said, the eternal now. It's always now, 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 now. It's beyond time. It's not in the dimension of time and space, actually. So it's so the first understanding is uncontaminated, and the second is incontaminable. It cannot be contaminated. It's beyond any phenomena, beyond your mind, beyond my mind. My mind cannot influence it. The 7 billion brains cannot influence it. It's incontaminable. In Buddha's teaching, this is called Dharmakaya, 法身慧命. Yeah, uncontaminated and incontaminable. Yes. So Buddha's teaching called this Dharmakaya, which is, there's two ways to define There's a affirmation and a negation. So affirmation is this thing is everywhere, everyone is formless. Oh, sorry, it's a negation again. So it's infinite, has no boundary. Negation again. It's beyond space-time, beyond our mental constructions. Because mental construction is created by it. It's in this thing. It's like space. The most close term in our experience is space. Space holds everything while everything manifests in the space, right? For example, this iPhone, you see this iPhone because it's occupied temporarily the space. The space itself doesn't, disappear. Is uncontaminated and incontaminable by this iPhone, no matter it's here or not here. The space is always formless. If I exchange to this iPhone to my hand, it manifested in the same space, but my hand now. Space is still space, is not subject to any form. You see? So if you can see through the object, that's, no matter what object, my hand or this iPhone is here, there's a formless thing here. If you check my description yesterday, the topic is emptiness, signless. Okay, there's no sign. You see through things. You see through the objects, also mental constructions. You see through. That's beyond every phenomena, and in every phenomena, there's a formless thing always as a background. And this could apply to everything you could see, you could hear. Look around. It's all space. Space is not only outside, but also inside. There's no boundary. It's infinite great and infinite small. Ignore my words are pointing. You have to realize it. Wow. Man, this thing, I know why I'm here now. As a human being, why I'm here. You realize your ultimate goal of life, the purpose of life. If you can realize you are uncontaminable or uncontaminated and incontaminable, your mission on this Earth planet is accomplished. Because this universal law, universal unified law, applies to every planet, every galaxy. If tomorrow there's an alien visiting Earth, he or she or it still in the control of this universal law. So you see common, you in every difference. You won't surprise anymore. You won't surprise anymore. Actually, that understanding helps you has a connection with him, her, or it, no matter what form it presents in front of you, what name, what form, what body sensation, what memory, what story. There's always a fundamental, universal, unified field or space or truth or dharmakaya or heaven in which every phenomena arises, develops, give birth, given birth, mature, grow, and die. Another cycle will start again, repeating itself, just like day and night, you see, like 4 seasons. In Buddha's teaching, once you realize your dharmakaya, 法身慧命, you enter a space of you grasp or you become your eternity. You're immortal, so you're safe. It's like you open the door of the enlightenment and you enter into the door of enlightenment. Maybe you're not fully enlightened yet, but you are safe now. Because you realized your dharmakaya, the never changing, the unlimited, boundless, formless, infinite, true self. Descend high level. The more I practice self-inquiry, the more I realize the thickness of my underlying beliefs, which tint, I like this word, tint, the moments. Your great painter, tint, coloring, like Mona, of that impression, the impression style. Anyway, tint, the moments of presence and which prevent me from seeing things as they are. For example, the concept time, the good and bad, seems to stick in my mind. Have you had such moments of this kind? Yes, of course. It's very good actually. You are still and mindful enough to see the magic place of the mind. It's magic actually. If you see through it, it's so beautiful actually. Of course, if you cannot see through it, it fools you, fools me, fools everybody else. No matter how smart you are, there's something behind mind. It's very good actually. It's a very good sign. Don't be discouraged by this perceiving. It's the very state you should have now. It means you are in the path of awakening. The more still you are, the more mindful you are, the more you find the hidden, the subconscious patterns of you, the limited, finite you. It's not discouragement. Trust me. Who who can perceive that thing? That thing is uncontaminated and incontaminable, no matter what thing you see in it. Again, your conscious mirror, no reflection in this mirror can have real power or influence on the mirror itself. That's, that realization should be established. The tips for that moment you see your, habitual thinking and behavior, mentally, physically, and emotionally, the tip is letting go and just watch the play. Watch the monkeys. No matter it's a small monkey, a big giant monkey, a gorilla, a very timid, a very, resentful. The one that can see, letting go and return to the source. You can have practice over that thing that always disturbs you actually. Make sure you're safe. I mean, you're stable enough. Look at it. Use that reflection no matter what it is. A memory, a behavior, an emotion. You look at it, perceive it without any judgments. This is bad. This is good. No. You're beyond goodness and badness. The pure awareness is beyond duality. Like now, actually, no matter what I'm talking, seems very good. Don't attach to this goodness either. You have that power always pure watching. Now you know this topic is good. In the same way, there is something that you perceive as bad. So who is perceiving now? What is perceiving now? This goodness at this moment and that badness in your old patterns of thinking or behavior? Both this duality are perceived. And back to that perceiver, which is formless, limit. unlimited. You see? Or you can say letting go. Letting go. Just be. See the bubbles of the cosmic ocean. What helped me? Just letting go. And use that reflection to confirm my conscious mirror. Use that mind or any activities to confirm my stillness. Use that vibrations in the body, mind, or external world to confirm my silence. Use that unperfected phenomenal world, no matter what the content it is, to look back to the pure awareness, to, to that thing that's always present, unchanged. Like now, it's you can practice now. My topic, this conversation, even your thoughts, you see, your understanding is the reflection, all the reflections in your stillness, silence, or conscious mirror-like awareness. Oh. So in this meditation, if you can perceive, there's two steps. You perceive the ever-changing external phenomena. And also you can perceive any mental activities. Mental activity, there's two aspects for the mental activity. Our mind can respond to the five senses inputs. That's the first. Second, our mind can work by its own without the inputs of five senses. Can you perceive that right now? Great. Sometimes the mental activities is due to the external surroundings, is due to the inputs of five senses. What you see, what you hear, smell, taste, and touch. The mind always tries to understand the inputs of five senses. That's good. That's a human intellect. But don't stick to your understanding. You have that openness. You can understand, try to understand the inputs of the five senses, but you also can let it go, have more openness, to have new understanding. Then for the part that the mind then can work on its own, most times memory, tendencies, the hidden tendencies, the patterns, the unseen patterns. For this part, first, establish that space between you, the awareness, and it or them. You perceive them stably without interfering with what you perceived. No resisting, no attachments either. Just perceive as what it is. This space and time should be established firmly. And in this very perceiving, all the Buddha's teaching, especially the wisdom, is applied at this very moment, actually. For example, impermanence, transient, fleeting nature of all phenomena, externally and internally. You see, the ever-changing world, externally and internally. This phenomena always comes and goes, appears and disappears. If you try to, if you are not aware enough, you try to, and then you lose that stillness, your awareness collapses to a thought, a memory, and so on, a situation. So whatever is changed to your limited understanding and interference. Can you, do you follow me? It's very, you see, you have to be very safe and see how your mental activities interferes with whatever is. your your coloring or your tinting, the action of tint or coloring of filtering changes, modifies whatever is. Do you follow me, Miss Zen? It's very funny part. Uh, Thank you, Kristen. You have so kind heart. You see, this thing is talking to itself through appraisal, through feeling good. It likes to play. It likes to play. It's like you realize you're an ocean, right? So you see bubbles, currents, torrents, but you, instead of influenced by all the waves, bubbles, currents, the ever changing, ocean. Now you try to ride on it. Okay, surf. You're surfer now. Instead of disturbed and anxious and depressed, you try to ride on the tides or currents. Use that force to enjoy. If you're a good surfer, you must like bigger waves. We're doing that kind of thing. It's not that big, just a small, currents. But you try to manifest through these currents and play, which is connects to your inner stillness, this cosmic ocean. Wow, if you realize, disturbance or distractions, good or bad, it's just your projection. It's just that limited understanding of the totality or the ultimate truth. This thing is incredible. Oh man. It's like this incredible being is talking about its incredibility. You're hugging yourself again. I like we have apple tree. So in autumn the apples are ripe. You see, now it's a spring. The apple tree come to sprout, have more leaves, more cultured or nurtured by sunlight and earth and water, the air and everything. It grows, grows, grows. And then in autumn, it has apples. And if you don't pick it up, the apples will fall in the late autumn or the early winter, falls on the ground. You see, our language, our mind is the apples of the apple tree. The apple tree refers to cosmic ocean or the unlimited, boundless, formless being. An apple is kind of body, mind, or any form. Okay. Now the apple tree grows an apple and falls into the ground. It's like the whole thing is hugging itself back. Can you feel it, man? Can you feel it? Every moment, this thing is hugging himself or herself back through you, through me, through everything else. You are a giant apple tree. A lot of apples here. Can you get your apples? Oh, it's so funny. I was so appreciate. I mean, gratitude when I pick up apples. Wow, the reddish round, yeah. And my apple's quality is so good. I mean, the real apple tree looks so quality, crispy, sweet. Wow, you taste it. The thing is recycling itself. Like now, this moment, okay? And every word, every thought, every memory, every relationship is a small apple, a medium apple, or giant apple, apples everywhere in this cosmic apple tree. It's ah, every human being, every you who are listening or not listening, have this potential. I'm just the one who realized this through years of meditation, through years of read the Buddha's sutras or other like non-dualities, all the good teachers, best teachers. I realized this. They're talking about same thing through their experience, through their branches and apple. And the apple, I mean, you are an apple, and if you are an apple, the apple understand there's a branch, there's stem, there's a trunk, there's a roots, there's earth, there's water, there's clouds, there's atmosphere, there's wow, the whole thing is one. It's just wow, I cannot say. What can I say? You have to test it by yourself. Okay, let's test this life in silence and stillness.